Okay, welcome. I am making this video because, as luck would have it, in round one, I think I'm going to try my first ever kill Japan first strategy. I generally don't do that because it doesn't seem to work. But a couple things that happened in this round one, leads me to want to try it. So here's the scenario. Germany's playing the tank rush. So I took Ukraine with Russia in the first round, and he took it back. I lost my 3 tanks when I took it back. I'm sorry. When I took it, he took it back, and I lost my 3 tanks. However, because he's really soft here, I should be able to take both of these back with Russia and prevent a tank rush into West Russia or Caucasus, at least for a couple rounds. He had a disastrous Atlantic. He has no fleet left. He attacked this. The only thing that managed to live was his fighters. My transport survived. The American transports and destroyers survived. And he's got nothing left. He's got no battleship, no transport, no subs, nothing. And the other thing is, over here, he did not take Yunnan. And he hasn't built, and when I look at his build, he bought 2 transports and 2 destroyers. So he's got 2 transports, he's got 3 destroyers here. On UK's turn, I took his other transport here with the cruiser and my aircraft carrier that started out here. I killed his transport here, hoping to delay this inevitable invasion. He didn't move anybody into Yunnan. He didn't take Sichuan. And really, he's got... I decided early in my UK turn that I wanted to be aggressive in India because I'm tired of this here. So I threw 3 tanks in India. So my plan going forward there was just to keep strafing him and just kind of keep him out of this area. But because he's got so few forces here, and I put a bomber over here in Caucasus, I think I'm going to push him out of Burma. Because these guys survived, I'm going to back them off into Sichuan. And the other thing I did is I consolidated my northern Russia forces here. I like to do that to delay Japan from moving into and taking all of northern Russia and bleeding away IPCs. But here I dropped these guys down into Xinjiang instead of back towards Russia. He did manage to kill all my forces here, including the fighter, which sucks. But the way this board sets up, I think I'm going to have possibly a shot to kill Japan first. So that's what I want to try to do. And so that's why I'm making this video. So for the purchase, we're going to do 2 transports, a carrier, and 2 tanks. All right. 2 transports, a carrier, and 2 tanks. For the combat move, it's going to be pretty small. But because of this here, I am going to take these forces here. Because he has no ships here, and he put all of his fighters up here. So his fighters don't have the opportunity to come down and kill my transports, even though I am going to move the destroyer over here for cover. But I'm going to drop these forces here to kind of squeeze these guys. Hopefully I can kick them out. Keep Africa. The longer I keep Africa, the longer UK will be in the game. They need this money. So that's going to be all the combat moves I make this turn. Really nothing else I want to attack, so I'm not going to. So let's end that. We took Morocco. All right. For the non-combat move, we move the destroyer over here for cover. We move the cruiser up here. And now here's kind of the tricky part. We take these two guys, throw them on the transport, move to C-Zone 64 and drop them in Alaska. We take the battleship to C-Zone 64. We take the destroyer to C-Zone 64. We take the sub up here to 64. This destroyer up to 64. The carrier, 64. The plane up to 64, and the plane out of Hawaii up to 64. This plane in the western U.S. is going to land in 56. This plane in the eastern U.S. is going to land in 56. Let's see. What do I want to do with the bomber? I want to do something with this bomber. Let's take the bomber and put it in Alaska. Oh yeah, and I want to back these two guys off into Sichuan. We're giving up Yunnan, that's fine. But hopefully by next turn, by UK's turn, I'm going to have Burma. We'll see how this plays out. My idea right now is that I'm going to go after Burma, but I'll have to see what Germany does, because it's going to matter in Soviet's turn if I can take these two back. I have to take these two back. So, just to recap my round one, in round one, my build for the Soviets was 6 infantries and a tank. I did the 912 into West Russia and Ukraine, which were both successful. And then I did what I said earlier. I consolidated this stuff here. And of course the sub, I took the sub over here, but it was killed in the German naval battle here. But like I said, that was the only success he had. This is not looking good for him because he has nothing left there. So that's why it kind of shaped up. I mean, obviously, all these tanks are concerning, but the longer we can hold out, I think it's going to bode well for us. And if we can push here a little bit, India will be okay. He's really... This carrier's out here. If I had another fighter, I might try to take it out. I won't. Or if I had a sub, that would be beautiful. If I had a sub, I'd try to take it out. But since I don't have one, we're probably going to let him rejoin his buddies. But he's too far away to be involved in over here and threaten this. All of these ships will probably have to move back. The reason we're moving all this fleet up to C-Zone 64 is to get him to take this and pull it out of here and go back here thinking he's going to have to defend Japan. We are not going to go after mainland Japan. We are simply going to shuttle troops over into the Soviet Far East and use those troops hopefully to take Manchuria. If the United States can get an industrial complex in Manchuria, that would be outstanding. But in order to do that, we got to ferry some troops over. And then, obviously, it leaves us with nothing here. So this is going to all be on England. So, we'll see. I've never done this before, and I want to try it. It may be terrible, but why not? Let's try it. Move that guy there. All right. I think that's going to do it for our round one for the United States. I will come back and recap Soviet round one in just a second, and I will see you then. But before I forget, I didn't do the mobilization phase and of my first round, so I'm going to go back and do that. So that's all we're going to do for the non-combat move. For the mobilization, we're going to put the carrier in C-Zone 56, the 2 transports in C-Zone 56, and the 2 tanks in the western United States. That is going to be the end of our turn. So, we've done that. And we will come back to start the Soviet turn. All right, welcome back. We are just continuing the Kill Japan first strategy. It's now Russia's turn. I had a decent Russia. Obviously, he's setting up for a bum rush here. I'm going to do a kind of a medium offensive buy. I'm going to do 4 infantry and 4 artilleries to give us some punch. And then we're going to do 2 guys and a fighter in each of these territories. The idea is we got to stonewall these tanks. The next turn, he's probably going to have 14 tanks here, but we should have a decent amount of forces here. We're kind of holding out. Until I can hopefully get some fighters from the UK. It's gonna be close. But obviously the longer I can prolong this, the longer we'll have. I'd love to do it with 1 guy and a fighter. But I don't think I can't afford to not take him because the 8 tanks can bum rush in here. Well, let me see. Hold on a second here. I could be able to do it with if I drop two guys and 2 artilleries, I have 3 guys, a tank. I still think, because he's got fighters here that can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I still think we need to take these, so it's a risk. We'll see what happens. So we're going to try to take this, and we'll see what happens. God willing, we get some hits. Okay. All right, we took the territory. That's okay. This is the big one here is Ukraine, because he's definitely going to get a hit with the tank on defense. So we got to get the hit on the first roll here. Nope. Okay. Okay, this is bad. We got to try it. Okay, that was absolutely terrifying. We'll retreat. All right, that was horrible, because now we're going to probably lose. We're probably going to lose the Caucasus, which really stinks, but it is what it is. Oh, let's move them all. Yeah, that was bad. We really needed this. Because now he's going to have 9 tanks and planes. He's going to probably take this back, for sure. Or we may lose. That may be... This could be really bad. But like I said, it is what it is. Yeah, that's really bad. Well, this could get really ugly really quickly. Like I said, it was imperative that we take both of those. I probably should have hit that stronger to keep this tank rush. He's going to take it with 9 and 4. Hopefully he has a much smaller force afterwards. I don't think he's going to be able to take West Russia and Caucasus. He'll be take one or the other, but depending on if he takes West Russia, it could be over too. So that was kind of rough, but we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, welcome back to round 2. So this game's going to be pretty short. One of the things I've learned about this game is that if you do mistakes early, it can lead to catastrophes, which is what I did in round 1. Decided to do the Kill Japan first, which wasn't bad. The problem is I even said it before I played the round that I had to take this and these 2 territories to prevent what occurred here. And then on Russia's turn, I didn't attack this with enough stuff to make sure that I took the territory. And so what happened is exactly what I anticipated. They killed everything that I had in Caucasus, and West Russia's pretty much done because he's going to have 13 tanks that can kill it. It's going to be too much for it. So Russia's probably done. Which is too bad because I really wanted to see how that would play out. But I think because of that early blunder, I'm not even going to get a chance really to deploy the strategy and see how it would have gone. So, but we're going to go ahead and try to make some problems for him anyway. We're going to, let's see, we'll buy 3 artilleries to throw in India because we're going to take Burma out this turn. Let's see what else. Actually, no, let's not do 3 artilleries. All right, we'll just do 3 guys. We're going to do how many transports? 2 transports. And so I'll have 3 transports. And that's 1. This is 2. All right. And we'll do 1 more destroyer right now. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to play out the way we wanted it to. But I'm going to try it anyway. I could land the planes back in India. But Russia's going to fall. Which really sucks. But it is what it is. Let's see here. We could take France and Italy this turn. Oh, yeah. That's okay. We're going to sail this up this way. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to take this. See if we can take the Solomon Islands. No, let's not do that. All right. We don't have a lot of stuff to do. Just debating whether or not we should take France. Yeah, let's take it. All right. That's all we're going to do. All right. It's unfortunate, but we need to pull back and try to defend Moscow. But we should have moved stuff out of the... We had to take this. This was a huge mistake. And because we didn't, we're going to lose Russia. Which kind of sucks. But, oh well, the game will end pretty quick. So that's it for UK's turn. And I'll see you back for... Let's mobilize real quick. I'll see you back for America's turn 2. All right. All right, welcome back. This is round 2. So he took India, and one of the things that they should have in this game is they don't have any ability to message your opponent. And I get why they do that. They don't want to have trash talking and cyberbullying and all that garbage. But there's really no way for me to ask him, my opponent, even when the game is over, because I have no other communication with him, if he did Burma, left Burma weak on purpose to trap me to go there, and he was just going to hop over into India by design, or if he just saw it as an opportunity and took it, there's no way for me to actually have a good breakdown of what my opponent was thinking, because I can't communicate with them at all. Now, that's why, another reason why I really enjoy playing with the guys on Discord, because you can always break it down later. You can say, hey, when you did this in turn 2, what were you thinking, and why did you do this, and stuff like that. So it obviously makes you a better player. I've played against this guy a few times. He's pretty good. We go back and forth. But really, I have no line of communication with them other than challenging each other to a game. So... this is still atrocious, and I'm probably going to lose quick. So I'm still going to try the KJF. And so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to buy a couple more planes. And a sub and a cruiser. And let's do 2 more guys, right? We could do a tank. Where am I going to put it? What the? Let's do 2 more guys. All right. So, some of these attacks are going to seem kind of silly. But hey, that's why we play. So, first thing I'm going to do is, if I did this right, okay. I'm going to use the bomber and these 2 guys to attack Anway. I'm going to take these 2 guys. I'm going to use 2 planes, a sub, take this transport, go here. Oh, you know what? That's right, because I'm not assaulting anything. So hang on here. I just need to kill this first. So let me take the sub, the destroyers. I'll take all these planes. So we're going to attack that. And then over here, I decided just to be annoying, I'm going to take this guy, these things. We're going to go here. And we're going to take Norway. Which means I have to remember to move my destroyer. Oh yeah, one of the other things when you play by yourself, it's real easy if you're planning moves ahead to forget about stuff. I've left these guys here. Last turn, I didn't move them anywhere. So they've are basically a turn out of position. Now I'm changing my strategy, and I'm not going to move them over towards Africa. I was going to move them over here towards Africa, maybe use the transport over here in the Atlantic. But because of this stupid strategy I'm trying now, I'm actually going to move these up to Hawaii next turn, so I can use the cruiser and the sub to add to my fleet here. And then I'm going to start trying to take some of these islands here. Let's see here. But this transport's going to be sacrificed because we're going to take the 2 guys and put them over here in Buryatia. With these, whatever planes survive are going there also. Let's see. What else do I want to do? The reason I'm taking Norway here is because his planes can't really reach me. He can attack me with 2 tanks, but 2 tanks against a tank and artillery and 2 guys, I'll take that. If he wants to waste some tanks. And besides, my plan is I'm going to hop them out of there and either hop them over here to Northwestern, hop them into Baltic, maybe snipe Karelia. There's a lot of options I can use for these guys here, depending on where he moves his planes. But I mean, I'm in deep trouble with Russia, so anyway, we'll see how that works. And then this thing here I'm just doing because my Szechuan guys are really doing nothing. I might as well see if I can hit this and take it. So let's try it. All right, so Anway first. Be really nice if we could take Anway. Okay, we got it. Beautiful. And then the destroyer. All right. So he's dead. All right. So now these 4 planes are going to move into Bury. I'm going to take 2 guys and move them over there as well. I'm going to, oh yeah, take my bomber here and land it back here in Xingkang. 2, 3. Okay, so he won't be able to do that. All right. Now, Hawaii. So we are going to take both of these tanks. And then, let's see here. We're going to take the battleship to Hawaii. The 2 destroyers to Hawaii. Aircraft carrier to Hawaii. This carrier to Hawaii. This cruiser to Hawaii. Let's see here. One of these transports is going to go here. Pick up this guy. Or can I not do that? All right, hold on a second here. So I can't pick up guys from 2 different places, apparently. All right, let's see what I can do here. Because I could go here, pick up this guy, and go here. But if I pick up these 2 guys, okay, it worked. So I'm able to drop those guys in Hawaii. I'm going to move this guy up here to Canada. Move the destroyer up here to protect. Even though I don't see that his planes can get me, but I am notorious at miscalculating planes. So I put it up there anyway, just because I am absolutely terrible at calculating the planes. Let's see what else. I think that's all I can do this turn. So now he can try to take this. He can try to take Bury, but I'll have 8 guys there and 4 planes, and he's got 2 transports. He can bombard with battleships and stuff and use planes, but not sure he's going to try to do that. He will most definitely probably take this Anway back. But whatever. We usually lose these 2 guys anyway. In round 1, so what's the difference? Nothing. All right, I think that's it. Just a quick check. On the next phase, put the cruiser there. 2 fighters in western U.S. A sub off the coast of the western U.S. And 2 guys. Throw them over here in the eastern U.S. Obviously, we sacrifice these. Oh yeah, I want to change my sub defense. So let me change my defense profile for United States and go to sub defense. So all that does is make my submarines hide if they're not attacked by a destroyer, which means that if he wants to attack this, he's going to have to use one of his destroyers. He can't just send a plane over there. I'm sorry, he can't just, well, actually, he probably could send a plane over there and kill the transport without even engaging the sub, which is what he'll probably do. I didn't even think of that, but now, see, there you go. So he'll probably be able to kill that without even using any of his ships, which is fine. Because I'm going to try next turn to take Manchuria. He's going to have to do something. He'll probably maybe put some transports here. But if he's spending all of his time over here, I'm going to start taking these islands. So that's all we're going to do for the United States. But now I'm going to do the Soviets. All right. I will see you back when it's time for the Soviets. All right, welcome back. We are doing the Russian turn. Not a whole lot of stuff to do for Russia. These guys are going to stay here to protect this. And these guys, man, right now they're protecting this bomber. I'm going to leave him there. In fact, I'm going to sacrifice one guy here to prevent a blitz. But they're pretty much done for. The 4 planes, he can go there. Yeah, if he wastes his time. If he goes over there with the tank, so be it. If he tries to take the 4 planes, so be it. If he tries to do that. We're going to try to prevent, but now because of this terrible miscalculation, again, we're still paying the costs for it. So we're going to buy some units. We don't have a lot of money, but we're just going to buy guys because we're ultra defensive now. Let's see here. A combat move, I have to kill this. I have to kill that. So I'm going to do this. He's gonna kill me and take it right back. But again, I'm probably going to lose Moscow anyway. So let's see, if I throw this tank there, let's do that. Man, this is ugly. All right. That's all we're going to do. Let's see here. For these guys here, yeah, we're going to move them into non-com. So that's all I'm doing. Wow. That's pretty freaking good. That was pretty good. All right. All right, so one of those guys there. One of the guys in Nova, we're going to try to move back here. We're moving 7 of these guys back there. We're going to leave 1 there. Just so that these 2 tanks can't join the attack. He's going to have 10 tanks. Move the anti-air back. Move the artilleries back. Well, he's still probably going to take it anyway. But at least he won't be able to use all of his stuff. He's going to have 10 tanks and 4 planes. And so, 10 tanks and 4 planes. Until I can move some of this stuff. The 4 guys here and the 2 tanks here. He can probably kill this. But it's not entirely favorable. So we'll see what happens there. But Moscow may be dead in the next turn. All right. Put all 8 infantries in there. Now we're going to have 15 guys. How many artilleries we got? 2 artilleries. 2 fighters from UK. And an anti-aircraft guy. And he's going to have 10 tanks. 4 planes. Ten tanks and 4 fighters. And according to the calculator, I should win that. So he probably won't do that this turn. If he doesn't, I can probably get a few more fighters in there. He'll probably just kill this. He can do the 4 planes maybe to kill the bomber. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, he can't. He can't use the 4 planes to come kill the bomber. Because he can't land anywhere. So, but again, I'm bad at this. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he can't do it. But he can probably move over here, kill all this, move over here. And he's still in a good spot with all this stuff here. It's looking pretty bleak here. But at least I still have a decent amount of money. I'll have 22, so I can buy 7 more guys next round. Which isn't... it's not great, but it's not entirely horrifying. And I'm sure he'll take back France. This is just kind of a nuisance to give me a victory city. So that wraps up Russia's turn. And I will see you guys back for the rest of round 3. See what Germany does. And I'll be back with England. All right. Okay, welcome back. Round 3. Like I said, I think this is going to be a very short game. He made some good moves. He took Persia, and then he moved some tanks from here down into India. I probably had enough stuff here to take India back for at least 1 turn, but he defended it well. And he's pretty much surrounded Moscow, so I got maybe 1 more turn before Russia falls, and when that happens, I will be out of victory cities. So... but I'm still trying to do whatever I can to hit them first. So England's turn is going to be kind of short. I'm going to buy... so I have 3 transports, and I like to have enough guys to fill all the transports. And I love the infantry artillery combos. So each artillery infantry combo is 7. So I can buy 3 to fill these transports. I'll buy 1 more transport, and I can do 1 more of the... oh, I can't do another combat. Another... Alright, so let's take this away. Because we have nowhere to mobilize it. And let's do a tank. So, for the next round, I'll have 4 guys, 2 artilleries, and a tank to come across. Which is what we have to do because we have nothing left. So, we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, for combat, we are going to take France again. And we're going to lose this, but we're going to move into Burma or Yunnan. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I know it's... Let's go into Indochina, Thailand, only because if we do get a hit, he's going to lose a much more valuable unit than a guy. So let's go ahead and try that. Hopefully we get at least one hit. If we don't, we don't, but let's do that. And then as far as everything else, these guys are going to be moved in the non-com phase for the... So I put my map note here because I keep forgetting about these guys. Let's see here. Can I do anything with these guys? Nothing really, because... I'm going to need them to defend the last stand for Moscow anyway. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I know it's implausible, but let's do it anyway. All right. All right, so that was pretty good attacking France. And let's see if we can't get one hit with this tank, which would be outstanding. Yes. All right. So we traded a bomber for a tank. That's fine. Not terrible. Put the fighters back. And then these guys here, we're going to move to Hawaii. Drop the two guys in Hawaii. And I think that's going to do it for us. Like I said, we don't have a lot of stuff left. This is going to be a short game. It already is. It's only 3 rounds long, but you can totally see how my blunder right here really set me back too far probably to recover. Because had I been able to withstand this for a couple more rounds, I made some decent progress over here. So I think this might not have been entirely unsuccessful. But we'll see what happens. 3, 4. And one good thing about killing this bomber here is now he can't use it to kill my bomber. So that worked out pretty good. All right. That is it for United Kingdom's round 3. We'll see you back for round 4. Let me mobilize real quick before I end the turn. All right. So put them there. The tank there. Artillery's there. And the infantry's there. All right. All right, that is going to actually do it for my turn. And I'll see you back for United States round 3. All right, welcome back. This is USA's turn in round 3. Now, he did a couple things that I'm not exactly sure what he did, why he did it. He bought some infantry, destroyer, fighter, a couple artilleries. which is fine. But, and he took Burma, took Sichuan, and then he moved to attack C-Zone 63, which he moved all of his, half of his fleet up here, took out my sub and my transport, which is fine. And then he went over here and took Madagascar. All right. So I guess he put his fleet up here because he wants me to prevent me maybe from shuttling more troops over here. Which is fine, because obviously my ultimate goal here is to take Manchuria and to hold it long enough to throw an industrial complex in there and start churning out troops with America's money. And if I can get a hold of Kiangsu, and depending on how much money I have, if I can even put another industrial complex there, I can be churning out 5 units every turn right here. Okay, so situation in Russia is pretty dire. I've done some quick calculations. All right. If I take these 2 guys from Novo and Kazakh and move them back into Russia, I buy 7 infantry next turn because I have $22 left. Makes that 22. And I fly my 4 USA fighters from Berry this turn and land them here. The battle for Russia, if he brings everything he can bring, is roughly a 50-50 battle based on the calculator. So the battle for Russia is roughly 50-50. If I land my bomber in Russia, the odds swing slightly in favor of the defense. Anywhere from 40 to 60 in favor of the defense. Usually it's around like 40-59, 43-56. It's a little bit closer in the defense's favor if I do that. Over here in France, if I take these guys here and drop them in France, France has between a 57% and 60% chance to hold if he attacks with everything here. So between 57 and 60% chance to defend if I put all the USA stuff in here. Moving over here. So this setup here for him can do a couple things. It's going to block me from shuttling more troops over here, even though I really couldn't do it this turn anyway. I couldn't shuttle troops over there anyway this turn. But it's also going to set him up, if he wants to grab his units from here and dump them into Alaska, he can do that. So I'm going to put some troops in here. I've been caught way too many times ignoring the Western United States. So I'm not going to do that this turn. Ultimately, our ultimate goal is to take and hold Manchuria for a turn. Manchuria, if I attack with all 4 of these infantry and the bomber can actually make it here and all the way back to Russia after the attack. It's like a 90% chance to win. The good thing here is that the Russia turn goes right after USA, so I can move these 5 Russians from Bury down to Manchuria, and I don't think he can muster enough to take it back next turn. He might be able to. But in the meantime, so this fleet here, we're going to jump down here and take New Guinea. All right? Before Japan has a chance to go next turn, this fleet here is going to join my fleet in C-Zone 49. This fleet combined, when attacked by all this stuff, it has a roughly 82% chance to defend. This is an 82% chance to defend in C-Zone 49 after we take New Guinea. And he's going to have to move something over here to protect Philippines. I caught him last time with a snipe. I had a couple of transports here, and he left this and this completely unguarded. I dropped one guy here and one guy there and won the game because he didn't have another turn. So he's not going to do that mistake again. So I anticipate he's going to move probably this guy here. Maybe the German tanks will go up here. It's going to be critical that I hold Manchuria for a couple turns to get that industrial complex up and running. The beauty part is if this all survives here, I can fly planes next turn to protect. If Japan decides not to attack. I'm going to buy 2 more planes. They can come down here also. So that's going to be the strategy for this round. So let's get it done and see what happens. So in order to do this, we're going to buy 2 planes and 6 guys. 2 planes and 6 guys for Western United States. And we're going to bank our 6 monies. I generally don't bank my money, but I'm going to do it this turn. Because next turn, it'll help us buy a lot more stuff since we got to throw an industrial complex. So, 2 planes and 6 guys. Let's buy that. All right, so now for the combat move. We're going to go here with both of these guys, here with the bomber. And we are going to take the 2 tanks, the 2 guys, drop them into New Guinea. We're going to take the battleship, bombard New Guinea. We're going to take the cruiser and bombard New Guinea. All right, I think that's all for the combat moves. All right. So that's it for the combat moves this turn. So let's see how all this plays out. Let me look at this one more time. All right. We're going to do it. So let's do it. So let's hope we can take some of this stuff here. Wow, 2 hits on bombardment. Oh, he got a hit. Oh, that sucks. All right, but we took New Guinea, so that's good. Let's see how we do in Manchuria. We just need 2 hits. Come on. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. That is a thing of beauty. All right. That worked out really well. All right. Non-com. Take the carrier down here. Take these 2 planes. Fly them to C-Zone 49. Take the cruiser to C-Zone 44. The sub to C-Zone 44. The 2 destroyers to C-Zone 49. All right. The bomber put into Russia. The 4 planes put into Russia. All right. The tank, the artillery, and the 2 guys go down here to this sea zone, drop them in France. Run the destroyer down here. Run these 2 guys up here. And let's put the anti-aircraft gun in case we get a chance to drop it off. That might be all right. All right, let's see. I believe that's all of our moves this turn. Right? I believe that's everything we can do. All right. All right. 2 fighters in Western United States, along with 6 infantries. All right. So that's it for United States' turn. And we already talked about what we were going to do with Russia. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to buy 7 guys. We're not doing any combat. All right, non-combat. Bring the 5 guys from Buri down there to protect Manchuria. Back everything out into Russia. And mobilize 7 infantry into Russia. Now, this is going to be an ugly battle if he decides to go for it. But it's going to come down to 50-50. So, we'll see what we can do. He's really in a great position, obviously. I'm still reaping the terrible whirlwind from my crappy attacks here. But we're going to go ahead and do this and see if it works. If anything survives, okay, we may come down to hopefully a couple of the planes survive. If any of the planes survive, we'll fly them to Manchuria to defend that, and we'll abandon Russia. So that is it for both United States and United States round 3 and Russia round 4. So I will see you back when United Kingdom moves in round 4. All right, welcome back. Okay, when we left, we had projected that the battle for Russia was roughly a 50-50 battle. Maybe a little bit closer in Russia's favor if I put the U.S. bomber here. So as it turns out, we lost the battle for Russia, and he was able to take it with 1 remaining tank. We killed a ton of stuff. And obviously, had we survived here, like we said the turn earlier, it would have put him in a really tough spot because he has nothing left in Europe. Nothing. Unfortunately, because he took Russia, now he has a ton of money to spend next turn. And I have nothing that's going to be in range of hitting him back in any meaningful fashion. So I'm pretty sure the game is over at this point. But I don't like to concede if I don't have to. And since we're still trying to work this out here, I figure we'll go ahead and keep trying. So, although with his money production, he can probably just outproduce us. But we'll see. So, what we're going to do here, my plan for this turn, we're going to pretty much abandon France. We're going to take Karelia back with the UK. We're going to grab Italy and Northwest Europe to grab some money. And when on the US's turn, one of the moves we'll make is we're going to take 2 of these infantry. We're going to take them up here and drop them into the Baltic states. And then we'll take the tank and the other guy. I'm sorry, we can't do that. We can only take we'll take an infantry and an artillery, drop them into Baltic, and an infantry and a tank and drop it into Karelia. He's going to build a shit ton of tanks to put in Moscow, Caucasus, and Germany. Obviously, on the USA's turn, the focus here will be to capture Philippine Islands and Shanghai. So, which we still might be able to do because he has a lot of ships, but not a lot of guys, not a lot of land units to take territory with. But still, probably we're done. So, it did not work out. We were seriously, literally, one huge blunder away and a 50-50 battle away from actually making this a game. But we will see what we can do here. I have also considered on US's turn taking these guys down to Africa, taking Africa. It's not really going to impact his money, but it's definitely going to impact the UK's money. One of the other things that I didn't do, which I should have done earlier, was give the UK another industrial complex somewhere. Either one down here in South Africa, in Egypt if I had kept it, or what I like to do usually is put one in Canada so that you can muster up some ships and troops and start landing them in Europe. Obviously, this was the KJF strategy, so I didn't really focus a lot on the Atlantic, which pretty much leaves us in a bad spot. So, what we'll do here is we'll just prep for more landings and try to be a nuisance. 4 guys, 4 artilleries. That's going to fill up our 4 transports. We have 4 IPCs left, but it doesn't matter because we have no place to put it anywhere because we can only muster 8 guys. I also thought about throwing an IC in France. If I throw the IC in France, I love that because you can put 6 units here every time. The only drawback is next turn he'll have 10 tanks here. And no matter what I put in here, I won't have enough money to put anything more than put enough stuff there to withstand this assault. So, well, like I said, I'm not going to forfeit. So we're going to do that. Purchase that. For our combat move, we'll take 1 guy into Northwest Europe, 1 guy into Italy. We'll take this guy and this tank. One artillery. These 2 artilleries. No, we won't do that. We'll do 1 artillery. We'll do another tank. And let's see. These 4 guys, which won't all load in though. So 3 guys. We'll go to Baltic Sea and attack Karelia. We'll take the cruiser and bombard. And that's pretty much all we can do. The planes can't reach because I don't have a carrier. And that pretty much empties out France. Really not much else I can do as far as England's turn. So let's try. Oh, yeah, we're not going to use this to capture anything. We're just going to move them into non-com phase. So let's do this. All right. All right, so we took that back. Which is fine, because right now, he can hit us with 2 tanks and a plane. 2 tanks and a plane, we should be able to withstand that. He could use these 3 planes and these 4 tanks. But we're going to use some U.S. troops to land in Baltic on their turn, so he can't blitz. And they could use the planes. So we'll see what will happen. Move the destroyers to protect the transports. And I'm not going to put the planes in France because we're going to lose them. But I'll put them down here. Maybe we can move them over here. And use them over here somewhere. Who knows? This guy will move here. These guys will move here. Transport will go down here. This guy will get on the transport. And I think that's it. See if we can put these planes anywhere else. We could put them here, but what good are they going to do us there? And if we put them in Canada, they're not too much use. I think we're going to put him in Africa. Which should at least prevent him from taking one more point there. At least for one turn. Who knows? If I had all his money, I would probably do it anyway because I could take out a plane and at the risk of only a artillery. But we'll see what happens. So, I know this was kind of a long turn just to explain UK's moves, but we're going to finish that up. Hold on, let's make sure I moved all that stuff. I did. All right. Put the 4 infantries and the 4 artilleries in England. And that will be done. We can take this note away now because we moved it. We moved the troops. All right. So that's it. Like I said, this was a 50-50 shot, and he took it. So we're going to maybe last for 1 or 2 more turns, maybe. But we'll see what happens, because obviously our focus in this game was to kill Japan. So we'll see if we can kill Japan. All right. That's it for UK. I'll see you back for America this turn. All right, welcome back. Another huge mistake on my part. I miscounted the sea attack from Japan. What he was able to do is, when he attacked with his fleet that was in Sea Zone 60, I had like an 86% chance to defend. Well, he was able to take 2 fighters from Sea Zone 63 to join the attack, and that gave him a decided advantage. He was able to kill all of my stuff. He lost 1 submarine. So that was pretty terrifying. If you look at the victory city count, it looks like it's lopsided in my favor, but that's totally misleading. He's going to take back France because I'm going to abandon it this turn. And he's going to take back Italy this turn also. Reason why I'm going to abandon France is I'm going to move my French troops over here into Karelia. Even though he's going to build a massive amount of tanks, I am going to go ahead and throw a industrial complex here in Manchuria and try to mount some sort of resistance. I don't think it's going to work because now I don't have any sort of a navy and he has complete domination of the Atlantic. I'm sorry, of the Pacific. He's going to take Hawaii maybe next turn, except he can use these two guys here. He's probably going to take Hawaii, but I'm going to do what I can to prevent it. I'm going to land some fighters there. I'm going to move these ships here to prevent bombardment. And on UK's turn, I'm going to move this transport carrying one guy and drop a third infantry in Hawaii. So we are going to try. I was going to forfeit after this occurred, but I took a look at it and I don't think there's any way to come back from this, but whatever, we're going to try it anyway. So we're going to do what we set about to do a long time ago. We're going to buy an industrial complex and we're going to buy 3 planes and let's see, we'll throw another transport over here on the eastern seaboard. All right. Not a whole lot of moves. My combat move is pretty simple. I'm going to take one guy from here and capture this victory city in Shanghai. I should still have enough to defend Manchuria. But we'll see. But these guys are not going to do anything in here. Or maybe they'll go this way. I don't think they will, but seeing as how we lost our entire fleet, that's going to be all of our attacks. So we go to, we got the combat phase. I'm going to do the non-combat move. Move the cruiser and the sub back to Hawaiian area. Take these 2 planes and land them on Hawaii. For now, we'll take the 3 guys here. And what else? We'll move one more guy. So we'll have 4 guys. There. And let's see what else. Oh yeah. We're going to take this, and these over here. Dump them there. And that's pretty much it. It's a really, most of my turns are going to be short now because I don't really have a lot of material to work with. And like I said, I considered forfeiting, but I really hate to do that. So I'm not going to do it. But that, I believe, is all I can do this turn. And so we are going to do it. And that will cover it. So, that is the end of United States round 5. And now on to Russia. Which is already in the combat move phase. I'm not going to do any combat. I'm going to leave these Russian guys here to defend Manchuria. And I can't mobilize because I can't buy anything, so that turn is done. So Russia and America is done. And we will see you back for quite possibly the end of this game, if he manages to take Hawaii. But at least I'm being a pain in the ass. I took another victory city over here. He's going to have a little bit of work to do. He's going to take these back, which is fine. But we'll see what we can do with what we have. All right. That does it. I will see you back for the rest of round 5. All right, welcome back. This is round 5 for UK. I did another mistake, and I forgot to move my United States destroyer into Sea Zone 5, where I took all my transports to land in Karelia, and he took all of his fighters and killed them and did not lose a single plane. So that's another pretty big mistake. Because now I can't really land any troops. So I am going to do the best I can do to stay alive. Even though he can totally outproduce me now, but that's okay. So, let's see, what kind of money do I have with England? 36. So that's not bad, but I'm losing all of Africa. So my production is going to be way down pretty soon. So, but the one good thing about this is that he has to take. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay. I really have to defend Shanghai. If I can defend Shanghai, then... Which he's going to probably bum rush Shanghai. But we'll see what happens. And I lost my United States fleet last turn, which was yet another bummer. So we're pretty much on our last legs here, since we can't even move these troops. But let's see here. I can buy 5 transports, put them here. Then I can unload all these troops next turn because he doesn't have anything that can hit me yet. So that may be the play. Because then I can maybe take France and do some stuff here. So let's do that. We're going to buy 5 transports. We're going to attack here, here, here. I'm going to take one guy from England and put him here. And that is going to do it for our attack moves. Of course he got a hit. So these turns are going to probably go by a lot faster because I don't have a lot of stuff to do. Let me count the planes again. He's got them in Germany. If I put all my stuff in Sea Zone 7, 1, 2, 3, He has nowhere to land. Now, if he puts him in Northwestern Europe, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and come back. But by that time, I will have dropped everything into France or maybe even into Germany. We'll see. We're already in the non-com. I'm going to use these planes and try to... Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't even get him over to Hawaii. I want to get him over to Hawaii. See if they go here. Can they get? They still can't get to Hawaii. 1. Nope. Let's see if they go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. All right, it's going to take me a lot more turns than I thought. But really, that's the only... They could sit here and keep that 1 point. But they're not really doing a whole lot. So let's move them over here. Even though it's going to take some turns to get him over to Hawaii. Let's take this guy up here. Drop him off in Hawaii. And that's going to do it for United Kingdom. Like I said, this is going to go fast because I probably should have forfeited a couple turns ago. But I just hate to do it. I don't like to forfeit. But since I only have... he only has a deficit of 2 victory cities. Once he takes this and takes this, I'll be done. Unless I could take... if I could have taken the Philippines, then it makes it a lot harder for him because then he has to take an island to get all the victory cities. But unfortunately, I miscalculated last turn and lost my entire fleet. So, that's going to do it for this turn for the United Kingdom. And I will see you back for the United States' turn in this round. All right, welcome back. This is round 5, United States' turn. Not a whole lot has changed. I do not think I can hold this because he's got a few transports there. But we're going to see what we can do. So, we're going to buy 3 tanks to put them in Manchuria. We'll buy a couple of planes. And then we'll buy an infantry and an artillery for Western U.S. We'll try to send them over to Africa, maybe take some of this stuff back, get England back some money, clean this up if we have any time. Which we probably won't, but we're going to try it anyway. So let's do that. Not a whole lot to do with the combat move. I wonder if I should take the 3 guys and try to kill this plane. I don't think I am. And let's see here. Do I want to go... Alright. Not going to do any combat moves this round. So for the non-combat move, let's stop on that. Okay, that can't get to... I thought he could get there. But he can't. So I'll fly them over there. I'll fly these guys over here. I'll put these 2 guys here. Oh, that was silly. See, I'm going so fast I messed up. I needed to take back Alaska and I didn't take it back. So that was dumb. So we'll take, let's see, 3 of these guys back. I knew there was something I needed to do. And I'll move these guys forward. Let's see here. I'll move this guy down here. And I think that's going to do it. Yep. So we put the 2 fighters in the West U.S. We put the 3 tanks in Manchuria. Put the artillery and the infantry in Eastern United States. And we're going to be done with that. And then, now that it's the Soviet move, I don't have any combat move to do for the Soviets. And I'm just wondering if I should do... I'll leave the guys there. Not a whole lot for the Soviets to do, since we only have 2 guys left and nothing else. So that'll end that turn. Like I said, the turns are going to be shorter and shorter until the game is over. The game is effectively over, but I'm going to see what I can do. I hate to surrender, even though it does look like it's inevitable, but I don't like to do it. So we're going to stick around for a while and see if we can't cause some waves. All right, that does it for United States and Soviets, Russia, and I'll see you back for United Kingdom. All right, welcome back to round 6 UK. Not a whole lot of moves for me to make this time. I'm doing it pretty fast because I figured the game is over already, but I'll see what I can do. I'm going to buy a bomber and a couple of artilleries. I'm going to take Western Australia back. And I'm going to take all these guys over here, put them in Africa, and that's pretty much it. I don't think there's much else I can do. So that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, game is pretty much over. But I hate to surrender, so I'm just going to see what I can do. I don't have anything to move in non-com, because I have no units left that weren't involved in combat. So I'm done. I'll throw both artilleries and the bomber in England. Oh, fuck. Yeah. You can chalk this up to the many mistakes I made. I missed the bomber here, so these transports will be dead next turn. Well, maybe not. But probably. I'll throw a destroyer there, so maybe I can get a hit on them. But not likely, so they'll be dead. But at least I'll have some troops here to start marching through and get some IPCs back if I can. Like I said, it's a really uphill climb, but we'll see what happens. All right. That is all for this turn. And if you're still bothering to watch this, I'll see you guys back for United States turn. All right, welcome back. This will be the final chapter in this game. The game is over. John, my opponent, has taken Shanghai, and there's no way that I can take it back this turn. Well, I don't think there's any way I can take it back this turn. I will give it one shot, but I don't think that I can take it back. So, and there's no other victory cities in range that I can get to. So, it looks like this game is over. A couple of lessons I learned from this game. Mistakes early will really set you back and pretty much cost you the entire game. So if you make a huge blunder like I did right here, it really set me up for failure. And the second thing is I made a lot of my turns way too fast. I forgot to move a fleet one time. I forgot to take back a territory that I could just walk into, costing myself a couple IPCs. And I forgot to move transports, transport cover, destroyer over here to cover my transports. So there's a lot of moves that I could have made to maybe prolong the game. And unfortunately, I didn't make those moves. But obviously, every time you play, you learn something new. So let me try to do this. I don't think I can do it. But let's see. So I will buy 2 fighters. Hell, I'll just buy 4 fighters and an artillery. And see if I can take it back. So. Let's do this. So I can't do it. I was hoping these planes could reach, but they can't reach. So that will effectively end the game. But let's go ahead and go to the combat and lose this round real quick. All right, so wow, that's rough. All right, that will end the game. I do enjoy playing with this guy. He's a good player. Against this guy, I should say, because he's a really good player. And obviously, every time I play and I make mistakes, I get better at the game. So, again, this was my first attempt at the Kill Japan First, the KJF strategy, which failed miserably. But hopefully, some things were learned. So if I ever do try it again, I'll have a better outcome. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching. And we'll see you again in another video. All right, out.